Wes Craven has become synonymous with genre-bending and innovative horror, challenging audiences with his bold visions and cinematography. Using his Scream Quadrilogy, I will analyze his use of mise-en-scène and cinematography. Maureen climbs onto the stage after being stabbed. She moves into the view of the projector and in turn places herself in the movie. The ghost face mask appears and almost engulfs her, betraying the Grim Reaper in a way, taking her life from her. The same thing is done in Scream 3, where the killer places himself into the projector and is now within the film playing. This creates a feeling that the movie is as real as he is. When Ghostface removes himself from the projection, he symbolically is becoming real, revealing himself to Sydney and to the audience. Randy pauses the movie on the killer raising his knife. He walks up to the screen and faces his back to it. The knife is pointing towards Randy. This forebodes to later when the killer attempts to kill Randy from behind. In this scene, behind Sarah is a stab poster. This forebodes her death when she is literally stabbed in the back. This is repeated in Scream 4 when Robbie is standing in front of a stab poster, the killer pointing his knife at Robbie's back, foreboding the death that is coming to him. Gail and Jennifer are portrayed as the same, mirroring each other's actions unintentionally. This is symbolic to later when Jennifer dies behind a mirror and Gail survives in front. It is symbolic as Jennifer acts as Gail in Stab the movie. Randy is watching a movie. He begins to speak to the female character within it. As he watches, the killer approaches from behind. Randy tells the character to look behind them. This is also what the audience are saying to him. It adds a humorous pace to the scene as he acts as though it is easy to know someone is behind you, yet unaware for himself.
Behind you. Oh, turn behind you.
Wes Craven uses past films and mirrors them in new ones. He uses similar scenes and settings to connect the quadrilogy for the audience to enjoy it. It adds a twist as they appear similar but turn into a new scene, raising the excitement for the film. Cotton is seen as pure in this scene, wearing all white. Cotton was, in the past two movies, seen as the potential killer, portrayed in all black clothes. But now, as the audience knows that he is innocent, the clothes symbolize this, whereas the killer and his girlfriend are wearing black. Dutch angles were used in Scream to increase the intensity or tone of a scene. The tilting creates an uneasy feeling and lets the audience believe that something is or about to happen. In this scene, Cece walks through the living room, passing the TV. Dracula is playing, and as she walks past it, Dracula creeps across the screen. This connotes the killer hiding in the shadows, and Cece unaware of where he is. In this one tracking shot, the camera following her creates a feeling that the camera is the killer stalking her. As she approaches the TV, her body language is relaxed and playful, but as soon as the killer says something strange, the mood and tone of her body language changes, and the camera portrays this. The camera zooming in symbolizes her realization that something is wrong. Same thing is done in Scream 2 with Sydney as she speaks to the killer for the first time. She is relaxed until she hears his voice when the camera zooms in. The audience can see that she is now aware. Billy and Stu are portrayed as two different people. While they may be in the same shot, they are portrayed separately. Stu in the doorframe and Billy in the kitchen, matching their clothing. While Billy moves to the doorframe, Stu moves to the kitchen, connoting they are binary opposites. To conclude, Wes Craven effectively uses cinematography and mise-en-scène to portray an effective horror film. I feel Craven has a specific cinematic style when it comes to his films, and it creates an original image that in turn becomes memorable to the audience.